Hi, Deacon John Wilson here, Education Enrichment Director for West Andrews Church, here to talk about college travel, travel to see colleges. I'm starting to see a lot of college lists this time of year, and it reminds me to go over things I notify my parents about every year, and that are regular, things to look for and things to be concerned about. A lot of you have super long college lists, a lot of your students, and I'd say anything longer than 12 schools is super long. And the question becomes, can you visit all those schools? And the answer is probably not. Even if you've already visited two or three of them, if you have 20 schools, you're not going to visit them all. So later on in March, the question will be, how will you determine where you visit? And to which a lot of you will say the ones that give the best financial aid award. But a lot of them will be the same. That's the way it usually works out. So ultimately, I can tell what school students are looking at because they can only visit two or three at that point. One solution is to visit some schools early, and that's why we have a fall and winter college travel program we just dropped on our website today, and we're hoping many of you will consider these tours. Now, a lot of you will look only at the DC college tour. My next video, I'll talk about the importance of the other schools. And they'll be coming to speak in our program or speak to the students. So you might want to have your student here. But a lot of you will look at that DC tour. Now, what I'll do is I'm going to show you right now the website and how to register. And in the description below, I'll have a link to for you to register for the trips. For each one of them, I'll have a link for each one separately. And I'll also put in there our travel policy, because this year we have a written travel policy for parents that talks about refunds and how much you owe, well, what you do at different points in the process, and rules for travel and things you should consider before you sign up. So you'll probably want to see the link to our policies that is below also. But visiting colleges is something that's essential. You should never plan to send your student to a college that they have not visited, parents. Even if there's relatives in the city and you really like the school, they need to visit and buy into the school. There's a psychological thing that goes on when they don't visit a college. What happens if they don't visit a college? Usually the first sign of adversity, and there will be adversity in the freshman year. We'll talk about that later and how to deal with it. But the first sign of any kind of adversity, they feel it's your pick, the school you wanted them to go to, if they weren't involved in the process. And then, as parents, we can sort of force them to pick what we want. And they know that. And I've seen it so many times. I've seen it so many times. They go to a school, run to the university, they want to come home. I would say the few stop outs I've seen on my program are usually that kind of a thing. That's usually what happens. But let's take a look at the website and how to register, because I don't want this video to get too long. Okay, so you go to our website, westa-eep.org. Again, I'll include the link to go directly to the place where you can pick one of the tours. But here's how you do it. You go to events, you scroll down, and you'll see our upcoming events. Notice we have Boise State coming on the 11th. That's one of the tourist cities. Have a college fair in here. I have a separate video when I go through our upcoming events when they're all in there. But there's the first tour, Boise State on October 26th. We have a number of our students that have gone there, have had great careers, and you see they're going to be coming to speak on Saturday the 11th in the Family Life Center. After Boise State, we have the DC College Tour that a lot of you are so interested in. It's November 8th because a lot of you want to apply to Howard. A lot of your students, anyway. Sonoma State University is there. We'll probably add some other tours to this as well as we go through the season here. I'm looking at a tour possibly of Sacramento State. We'll do some local college touring too. We'll keep you informed about that. The important thing is to go in here and click on the school that you're interested in, scroll down and learn about the tour. We'll have some details, the lodging fee, the cost for the trip, the deadline for getting things in to us. Let me see. This is not right. The deadline for this one is probably 2 weeks before we travel, when the price changes. It may be a month. I think it's a month before travel. So September 26th is a deadline to keep the costs stable. And most likely it will stay stable. We'll correct this date that's right here, okay? All right, let's continue on. If you go back, you can go down and look at the DC tour. Some of these dates may need to be corrected, but the date of travel is certainly right. It's this Saturday the 8th through November 10th, which is a Monday. So Monday the 10th. So Saturday through Monday is what that is. And you can see it's $340, $125 for 2 nights. And this price is good through October 8th. And then we think it will start to go up. We can't tell how much. At that point, you'll have to ask us for an estimate. So you want to get this travel done early. You'll find out that there's a $50 non-refundable deposit. We found a lot of people were canceling, and we'd already spent money on our groups, and it cost the church money. So we have to have a non-refundable deposit in case we use a group to buy the purchase. If there's a lot of demand, we'll do that early, and we'll save the church some money. We'll hold the price constant, get better flights for that same $340. So I need you to know you're going to register online, and then we're going to send you an invoice for $50 and a non-refundable fee to cover the initial planning costs for the trip. That's all explained in the policy document link that's below. So if you're interested in a DC trip, start thinking about it now. Go right to the website and make that happen. I won't go into detail here, but you see here we have Sonoma State, which is a Cal State University, which is in the Bay Area, actually the East Bay, up in the wine country. A lot of our students have gone there. We have a lot of pull on the campus, a lot of great relationships. This is a one-day tour. They go up and come back, whereas the others are overnight, at least one night. DC's 2 nights. Boise is 1 night. All right. So like I said, look at the description block below. Just right under this video, you can click on the links and register for any one of the tours. We'll have a link for you to go to and fill out the RSVP or the registration, whatever it says. And we'll be in touch with you about the non-refundable deposit and to make sure you're really going to do the trip, because in the past, we've gone out and tied up tickets and cost the church a lot of money. We want to be sure who's really going on the tour. So maybe that's good advice. Before you register for the tour, check your student's schedule carefully and make sure they can actually go on the trip. All right, God bless you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.